Jenna Ortega recently took the red carpet at the Wednesday season 2 premiere in London and debuted a new look which disturbed millions of people. And I don't think that she went under the knife for this look. I think this is mostly due to makeup and contouring that she looks so different from usual, but people are making a lot of assumptions, jumping to a lot of conclusions, and they're outraged that she doesn't look like her former self in these new photos. Let's show them.
The new one first. So here's the one that got everybody started.
Yes, this one account, this is a popular gimmick account called Kira Won't Miss. He said, Jenna Ortega's makeup artist needs to be fired immediately. And some of the responses from women pushed back, saying men will never understand how this is serving, actually. Men will never get it. The difference between men and women's reaction to this look. This is actually the best she's ever looked.
Can I ask a question?
Disagree.
Can I ask a question? Why are the eyebrows dyed? Is there a reason for it? I understand it if it's to match the hair, but is this like some type of style choice that I don't understand?
Well, it's definitely a trend right now. If you guys are listening rather than watching, Jenna has her eyebrows bleached. So basically, they are almost invisible on her. And it definitely gives you an alien look. It deceives you into seeing a longer forehead as well. It's not flattering. I know it's not sexy, but that's kind of not the point of the look.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be. Like, you know, not every time that you go on a red carpet are you supposed to be going for like some kind of bombshell, you know, sexy look. That's fine. The overreaction was just kind of insane to me. Like the fact that people feel personally offended by this.
Yeah.
Another account said whoever created buccal fat removal should be arrested and tried for crimes against humanity.
So let me ask you a question.
Before and after comparison of Jenna Ortega.
You believe that she didn't have it done, that this is purely makeup?
No, yeah, I don't believe, honestly, that Jenna Ortega has gotten any work done. And I believe she probably will in the future because most people in Hollywood do. But I cannot tell just from looking at her, and I've seen many examples, that she's gotten any work done whatsoever. And if you really put this into context, we're comparing a photo of her from yesterday to a photo of her from actually back in 2018. I found the origin of this first photo. This is from her appearance at the Venom movie premiere in October 2018.
Okay.
Which was literally days after she turned 16 years old. Today she is 22. I know for a fact that I looked very different between the ages of 16 and 22. And mostly for the better. But obviously this is, first off, going through puberty. This is, you know, a natural effect of aging. You're not going to have a bunch of fat stored in your face as you get into your 20s. And it's also the fact that there's heavy contouring on her cheekbones. She always had a facial structure that was destined to have very pronounced cheekbones. You can tell that even from the old photo. And the bleached eyebrows, I think, is the main culprit here.
Okay.
I don't think she went under the knife. I highly doubt that she had buccal fat removal. And there are examples of celebrities who have gotten it. I think it's more arguable that Anya Taylor-Joy got buccal fat removal than Jenna Ortega, for sure. That's just a wild claim. Another person said buccal fat removal is great for people who want to look like they serve as the herald for a space emperor set on acquiring all space mining rights.
I mean, that is funny. That did make me laugh when I read that one.
But, you know, I just think that people are getting outraged over this for no reason. Like, sometimes a celebrity is going to go on a red carpet trying to look attractive, and other times they're going to go on a red carpet trying to look shocking. And those both have their own purposes that are equally valid for getting people talking.
I'm of two minds. I doubt that she made it to 22 without having at least something done. I don't know what that would be. Again, I have no expertise in any of this. I defer to you because you care more and pay more attention to this type of stuff. So if you say that she didn't, I'm gonna take your word for it. Though I find it hard to believe that you make it to 22 in that industry without doing something. When they talk about your shelf life being till you're 20, they're now like calling Sydney Sweeney old at 27. So
who's saying that?
There was like a thread going around today. It's like everyone's ignoring the elephant in the room. She's old, and it's a picture. It just shows her age.
Okay.
I don't care about this because I'm a dude. And I laughed because all it made me think about was like the outrage cycle just moved seamlessly from everybody worried about whether Sydney Sweeney was propagating Nazi propaganda to everyone straight into it's the end of humanity. The birth rates are going to plummet and feminism has destroyed society because Jenna Ortega looks odd on a red carpet. I don't have it in me to care. I don't.
Well, you can say I don't care because I'm a dude, but I'm looking at all of these dudes who really care.
I don't care.
They really care.
I don't care because I'm well adjusted.
Yes, that is more accurate. Like, there are tons of dudes who feel personally offended, including this really creepy one who posted a picture of Jenna Ortega captioned, "WTF happened to my sweet little baby."
Yeah.
She's not yours. She's not a baby. You're creepy. Please stop saying things like that. That's extremely weird to say about a grown woman who doesn't know who you are and is a total stranger to you and hopefully always will be. Yikes.
So the thing about this is I also said to you earlier, I said, this is a product of the internet. This is the product of X. This is the product of social media, which forces people to write out these heavily worded theses about how every single thing that catches the eye of whichever influencer you follow most is detrimental to society in some way. Whereas if you were to pull some dude walking down the street and showed him a picture of these, he might look at this photo and say, "Oh, she looks kind of weird. I don't know." And then they would keep walking because it's not the end of the world. Society isn't going to collapse because she had her eyebrows bleached. It doesn't have a greater impact on society. It doesn't mean anything other than the fact that she's on a red carpet and in 2 months she's going to be doing another role where her eyebrows will have to be bleached back to their normal color and society will go on. I'm sick of the is catastrophism a word?
They're catastrophizing.
She's everyone's catastrophizing everything. Sydney Sweeney's jeans are not a dog whistle to white supremacy, and Jenna Ortega's eyebrows and cheeks are not the end of civilization as we know it. And
it's also tiresome.
It's also
basically
tiresome.
Yeah. You also sent me this other post comparing Jenna Ortega to other celebrities that for sure have gotten extensive work done, admittedly so, including Ariana Grande, Erin Moriarty from The Boys, and Kate Beckinsale, all of whom have gotten extremely obvious plastic surgery done over the years. Jenna Ortega has not. I'm just very confident in saying she has not gotten any work done. This is the result of dramatic makeup and lighting and costuming. Okay, this is not, if she had gotten work done, that would be a different conversation entirely. But the caption says you can hardly tell they've had any work done, and that these doctors are basically scamming them. Erin Moriarty, of course, has gotten extensive work done, and there was a whole conversation about how she ruined her original face, and that's true. And she reacted outrageously to all of that, saying that she was being bullied and that they were lying. It was outrageous the way that she overreacted to all of that.
Let me ask you a better question. Given that most of the time people tend to see connections everywhere, everyone's drawing attention to her cheekbones. Is the hair being there on her face drawing your eye to that side of her face? Is that intentional? Or is that just how it happened to fall in that photo?
I don't think that she intentionally. Do you think she intentionally took a piece of her hair?
No,
and placed
no,
it in
no, no. But,
like,
it is the first thing that your eyes draws to because
Sure.
all the comments are about buccal fat, which is by that side of the face.
Yeah. Interestingly, I remember the buccal fat removal conversation trending after the TikTok party that CJ Pearson threw in January because this girl ended up being the focal point of the Rolling Stone cover that said the cruel kids table because she was so beautiful and she just drew everyone's eye, and she has these very full cheeks, and people found out who she was, and she was interviewed for all these different publications because of the way that people were reacting to her. And people were using her as an example of why women shouldn't get buccal fat removal because it's actually a really youthful, attractive feature to have a full face.
Yeah.
But if you do pay attention to her face structure, she has very defined cheekbones, actually. Like, you can actually see the line in her face where her cheekbones are. She just also has fat stored in her face as well. So those hollows can show regardless of whether you genetically have chubby cheeks.
I would assume that this is like that the eyebrows and the gothic look is just because she's at a Wednesday premiere.
And because she just has
That's
that
her
aesthetic. That's her aesthetic. Yeah, and the bleached eyebrows are also part of the whole man repeller makeup trend. That's
that would have been the more interesting discussion, I suppose, if you're again, I find that side of like techno-feminism of people arguing on the internet about man repeller just as tiresome as all the other stuff. But the idea that, you know, I don't know if that's what she thought about when doing this. My guess is because it matches her aesthetic and her choices. But again, those people are imprinting upon her what they think it means.
No, and you're gonna see videos and stills of her in the second season of Wednesday looking exactly the same way that she did in the first season of Wednesday. Okay, because it's about the makeup and the setting in which you see it. Yeah. She still, I mean, if you look at any of these older photos of her, she was a child star. You can see her face changing over the years. This is what happens to people. Shocker, I know. But she always had a face shape that was destined to look like this in her 20s.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.